I'm doing great, guys. You damn right. All I know is that they're gonna have a lot more sober people at 11 o'clock in the morning than they would have at 6:30 in the evening. You kind of cutting that time to put that antifreeze in the radiator. but some of them are just gonna be strolling in from the Friday night. So you got that crowd too. But yeah, it's a different atmosphere. But and so it takes them a little while to get cranked up. So yeah, it's I've told this to people. It's totally different daytime, even at 2:30 in the afternoon, than it is. Man, nothing like it at 6:30, man. And you walk into that stadium, and it's the smell. Man, people cooking, boiling crabs and shrimp and crawfish. They cooking jambalaya. They barbecuing. And that alcohol smell, man, listen, if you got a stuffed up nose, it'll clear you up real quick. No, I'll never forget A.J. McCarron. He comes to the Manning camp, and I shagged balls for him that morning because they were sort of shorthanded. And so he gave me the first interview, and we talked, and I said, kind of what's your thoughts? Because Alabama was playing LSU that year. It was a night game in Tiger Stadium, and he said, man, I came here. I was an underclassman. I didn't play, but he said, that stink smell when I got off of the bus was you could smell the boiled seafood, but he said it was the alcohol smell that was so strong. He said, you sort of got a buzz just walking through it. And it was a great line by AJ, and he laughed about it pretty good. We both understood where he was coming from there. What? Oh, goodness gracious! Well, you're gonna like it, Slay. I'm telling you, you're gonna like it. Now again, I'm gonna give you, bring a sort of napkin or a handkerchief with you because you're gonna have all that sugar all over you. And if you got a shirt that's dark blue or dark red, it won't be dark blue and dark red after you finish. Well, wear the white because it'll blend in pretty good with that sugar. Great. Yes, either one is good, but I'm telling you, if you get that early enough, you can walk down there, and I guarantee you people will offer you it because they cooking. They got people there since Thursday night. I got a friend of mine, Marvin Vining. He been there since Thursday at about 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. He's been parked that deal. So they've been cooking all that time. And it being 11 o'clock, you're going to smell a lot of bacon. They cooking biscuits. They frying donuts, beignets, and you can smell it. I mean, it's really distinctful. Hey, you don't need to. You don't need to, and I guarantee you, man, the jambalaya, it might have been cooked yesterday, but it's still good, warmed up. I can't tell you how good or how bad it is. I really can't. It's been sort of a work in progress and a continual process. Offensive line, you got two true freshmen starting tackles. Now, they both really good players. Emory Jones on the right side, Will Campbell on the left. The problem's been inside. Everybody was worried about the freshmen. Man, I ain't worried about the freshmen. I'm worried about the upperclassmen inside. And they had trouble at center early on. Garrett Dellinger, I never liked this, guys, that Brian decided he wanted a bigger center. So he moved Garrett Dellinger, who had never played center before, from guard to center. And it was sort of a cluster, And so what they did, they went back to Charles Turner. And, when Charles, who's a really good athlete, I think a good football player, but he got a problem I wish I had. He cannot put weight on or keep it on. Now, they list him at 295. I want to get on that scale because there ain't no way he's close to 295. He's more in the 280s at best. He enrolled at LSU probably at 230 pounds as a lineman. And so he has picked up weight, but he's not a big guy. But, man, he's good. He's a good technician. Their guard play has been erratic all season long. The biggest surprise has been Jaden has really struggled to get the football to the wide receivers.
Yeah.
He will not take a chance downfield with a throw. Now, he has not thrown an interception, but he's also not put up a pass that I would consider a contested catch. Now, maybe he doesn't want to feel the wrath of Brian Kelly, but Brian sort of called him out a little bit that, hey, look, you got to take some chances with these receivers. Okay, you got an All-American in Kayshon Boutte. Okay, Kayshon was targeted twice against Auburn. Twice. Malik Neighbors, who really would have been the MVP of the summer camp, he's been sort of the big-time guy here. Jeray Jenkins, who's a 6'4", really talented wideout. Jack Bash is coming off the foot injury. You got all these guys, and you're not getting them the ball. Who he really trusts is his check-down guy, and that's Mason Taylor, who is the son of Jason Taylor, who's in Pro Football's Hall of Fame, and he's a true freshman. So when you look across LSU's line, the two tackles are both freshmen. The tight end is a true freshman. So, but, man, Jaden, and who is a really good athlete, he can run. Yeah. Now, how limited that will be this week because he jammed his knee up on the turf against Auburn. Again, that I don't know about that particular part, but they want him to take more chances, throwing the football downfield to the receivers they have. And really the receivers are the strength of their football team, and yet we haven't seen much of that. And they do get John Emery now for the stretch. He was suspended all of last year because of because of the COVID and academics. And then the NCAA and their logic suspends him a couple games this year, which I still don't get, but whatever. So John's back, and John played his high school football right up the road from me at Destrehan High. He's a stud. He's a big-time runner. And so you get him back, and I think that's the guy they're going to feature at the running back position. But I can't tell you how good or how bad this LSU offense is because we've seen it in bits and pieces.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, I mean, Tennessee, if they're running their offense, I mean, they're going to put 30 points up. Can LSU match that? I guess that's my question.
Well, we've talked about that all week, and we all agree if this becomes a shootout, no, they're not going to be able to do it. LSU's going to have to keep this game, if it's 30-28, 32-30, somewhere in there. But I think Tennessee's going to score on, more than that against this LSU defense. Now, it's strange to say, but the negative for LSU's defense has really been at corner. Now, that's normally has been their strength, but, Cardell Flott and Derek Stingley Jr. both left early for the NFL draft. Elias Ricks, he made a business decision. He went to Alabama. McLaughlin made a business decision. He went to Arkansas. You lost your top four corners. And they've had some injuries with the transfer guys coming in at cornerback. It don't take a rocket scientist to figure out where Hooker and Josh Heupel are going to figure out where to attack, and they're going to go after LSU's corners. The thing that's going to be interesting is can they keep B.J. Ojolari, who's played fantastic, Ali Gay, and guys, I'm going to tell you, I've done this now. It's over 35 years. He's the best freshman linebacker I have ever seen at LSU. Harold Perkins.
Mike, say that one more time. Say that for the people in the back, because that's a bold statement, and we take your word for gold.
In my 35 years, I've never seen a more talented freshman out on the field than Harold Perkins. He comes with a 5-star recruit label, and he has fit the bill, and he's worth every nickel they pay him, name, image, likeness.
Yes,
now, Devin White, I'll tell you all this quick story. Devin, when he came in as a freshman, him too. He was a super highly recruited guy, and but he didn't want to play linebacker. He wanted to play running back. And so he knew that, I grew up with Coach O and knew him pretty well. And so, we have this media day and I'm interviewing him. He was like, hey, Coach, man, you got to talk to Coach O. I said, for what? He said, no, you got to tell him I got to play running back. I was like, Devin, man, you ain't getting on the field. They got Fournette and they got Darius Geis here. How are you going to get on the field at running back? He was like, no, I want to play running back. I said, no, you got to stay at linebacker. And he was a good player as a freshman at linebacker. He became a great player. Harold Perkins hit the field, and when you have upperclassmen, Slay, you know this as well as anybody.
Mm-hmm.
When upperclassmen say that guy is special,
yeah,
man, you say, okie doke. So last week, Auburn wants to make Coy Moore, who's a New Orleanian who went to LSU and then transferred to Auburn. They won't make him a star. Okay, and he throws a lollipop up in the sky, and Harold Perkins comes down with an interception. Harold Perkins' ability to get off the edge, he runs like a running back would run. I mean, he's got that type of speed, and he is pieced together. I mean, he can motor all across the field really well. So it'll be interesting to see how Tennessee's offensive line handles Perkins and B.J. Ojolari. Now, B.J. is dealing with a little injury, but he plays through it. Now, okay, Ashford last week, ain't nobody caught him from the backside as a freshman quarterback. Yeah. So he's on the move, okay? And then all of a sudden, he starts to feel something behind him, and it was the hot breath of B.J. Ojolari, and he didn't realize how close. B.J. closed on him so fast, stripped him of the ball, and Jay Ward runs it in. LSU, they were flatlined against Auburn. They had no energy, nothing. It's 17-0, and Auburn's rolling again with the ball, and B.J. makes an unbelievable play to strip him of the football, and Jay Ward runs it in for a score.
Yeah.
But that's the strength of LSU's team. Man, that front seven can run. And think about this. They thought Mason Smith, who grew up maybe 10 miles from my home here on the Bayou, he's 6'4", 300 pounds. They thought he was going to be the best defensive lineman. They lost him about the fourth play against Florida State in a kind of a freak sort of play where he sort of jumped up in the air and he fell awkwardly. But, man, this LSU's defensive line can really get up the field, and they can rush the quarterback, and that's the strength of their football team. And, this looks a lot like those 09 and 10 and 11 and 12 teams, that front seven of their ability to really get after you. But Tennessee throws the football so quickly.
Right.
Can they disrupt Hendon when he throws the football? That part I don't know. But if they kind of disrupt the routes, then Hooker's going to have to use his feet to get away from some hard-charging guys up front.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to ask you. With a 24-year-old sitting behind center, would that be a neutralizer in this whole situation with what he's gone through so far, being at Virginia Tech, then a year at Tennessee, going against some not seeing a front seven like this, not all the way across the board, but would he be able to do that with his experience? Would he be able to neutralize it? That was the next question.
I think he's best suited for it, to be honest with you. And Jaqueline Roy is a 315-pound nose tackle, but, he was running with the tight ends this year. I mean, he's at 315. He was running under 5 flat in the 40-yard dash. So they got all those guys up front are going to play in the NFL one way or another. And the linebackers they got, all of them are going to play in the NFL one way or another. They got talent. Now they're thin. And, that's the one thing I tell people, because they have this number of 39, in which LSU played in the bowl game last year, so they have it in their heads that that's all that Brian Kelly inherited. Well, some of that had to do with they had some injuries. They didn't want to lose the red shirt on some of the freshmen.
Mm-hmm.
But this team had some talent. Now, Orgeron and company, they didn't leave the cupboard bare, but it wasn't thick.
Yeah.
Okay, it was
Yeah.
thin,
Yeah.
if you get where I'm going. But USC, they got 53 new players on that team. How many losses USC got this year?
You're exactly
Zero.
right. In rank 6. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
But the difference is they got a cat playing quarterback. Cat. He
Yeah.
fills the field every time he's out there. So the thing's going to be is, can LSU match point for point, and can Jaden Daniels really test that Tennessee secondary by putting up some passes that are going to be contested? Come on, you can't wait until they high school open. You got to make that throw and hope your receiver can come up with a big play. Because if you try to play small ball with them, you're going to get hit with the tsunami.
Yeah.
I love it, Mike. Great stuff, man. Always love the visits, and hopefully Slay Dog have a good time down there.
Man, he going to have a good time. That's all I can tell you. He's going to have a good time. He's going to have a good time.
All right. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it, man.
All right, guys. Y'all take care.
All right, at Mike Detillier on Twitter. He's the best, Mike Detillier. All right, when we come back, we're going to check in with – who are we going to check in with? Marc Mariani.
Blood in the water.
We'll do that. We'll also talk about the Titans-Washington matchup coming up on Sunday. Titans a slight favorite in that game on the road. All coming at you live from Liberty Creek High School. Again, they've got an auction set up, neighborhoodbid.com, and we have offered up 3HL as an auction item. And for you to bid on that, call Joe Hunk. We will do a show live from your place of business, or my buddy Stuart McWhirter. He did this one time. We broadcast live from his barn on his farm.
Put us in the building, Euro.
Yeah.
Put us in the building.
If you want to place a bid, the bid currently, Frog Heating and Air with $1,000. So if you want to go up and above that, the money goes to these guys at Liberty Creek High School, their quarterback club, trying to get any and everything for their kids to play sports. So let Hunk know, 615-737-1045, or hit us on Twitter at 3HL1045. Again, current bid, Frog Heating and Air at $1,000.
Let's go, people. What's up, good people? Listen to me. I know it's a lot of people coming in.
Hey, here's the deal, man. No, there's so much parity this week. We can't take anything for granted. These are those games that the Tennessee Titans have gotten trapped on in the past. And there's a proud football team, man. And there's one dude that's the pillar in the middle of this defense that you keep watching the Washington Commanders, and you're like, what is that dude on? And it's Jonathan Allen, dude. So we're trying to run D. Henry at Jonathan Allen all day. That is a strength-on-strength matchup. But other than that, man, I got to believe we're winning these matchups when it comes to offense, defense. I got to give a big shout-out to our boys in the middle, our Batman and Robin from last week, dude. David Long Jr. was absolutely flying around, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Defense is so nasty. And him and Dylan Cole, dude, just bottled up Jonathan Taylor. So I just got to believe, since Carson Wentz wears the same size shoe as Matt Ryan, I got to believe that our D-line is just going to get absolutely after this dude. But on the flip side of that, man, this second half offense for the Tennessee Titans makes me very nervous. And I think, I love our matchup here, to be honest with you. I love it. I'm shocked that it's only 2 points, but I still think we got to go on the road and take care of business, man. Bring our nasty mentality and go dominate these guys like they belong, like we need to. Like we need to just smack them in the mouth right out the gate.
Mm-hmm. Marc Mariani with us at Marc Mariani80 on Twitter, soldbymariani.com. All right, so what is the blood in the water pick? I'm curious because
are we getting there already? Okay, good. Okay,
we're getting there already because Mike Detillier, we asked him 3 questions, he went like 20 minutes. So that's what he does, and we love him for
no
it.
worries.
We love him for it. But here's the thing:
the matchup of the week for the Tennessee Titans is first down. Okay, when we dominate on first down, it gets us into second and third and short, and we got to do that against Washington, or else we're in trouble. We are going to be in trouble. This offense does not have enough firepower to combat that. When we did that against the Colts in the first half, it was exceptional. Okay, let's go! On the water, baby! I've been waiting all year to jump on this bandwagon because this dude lives smelling blood in the water, baby. He lives smelling blood in the water. And I'll tell you what, he's bringing the number 1 ranked offense into Foxborough. That's Dan Campbell, baby. That is Dan Campbell and your Detroit Lions. Yes, we are. We are jumping on this bandwagon. Jared Goff, 3 interceptions. And guess what? We all feel really bad for the New England Patriots having a rough time. We don't feel bad for these guys. We don't feel bad for the New England Patriots, baby. Dan Campbell. I'm jumping on the bandwagon. He brings here's a good stat for you. He brings the number 1 ranked offense and the number 32 ranked defense into Foxborough. So we'll see what happens on Sunday. But hey, actually, guys, I'm not just taking money line on this. I think this is going to be a blowout, baby. That's the Lions. I don't know if I've ever said that in my entire life. Jay Campbell, I love you. You live smelling blood in the water. Go get him, baby. Take those Patriots. Let's go.
I love it. There he is, Marc Mariani. So Detroit Lions money line. It sounds like Mark is going to create his own line. Like
that's what I thought he was about to do.
Lions by 2.5.
I thought you wanted me to go up on it a little bit.
Wait, are they not favorites?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, no.
Patriots favorites.
Yeah, we just thought you were going to create your own Lions by 100 line.
Yeah.
No. They're plus. Hey, I think this is going to be double digit. You watch, baby. You watch. This offense is going to get it right, dude. Jamal Williams out there balling. But here's the deal. I know our guy up north, Bailey Zappi, dude. He's a hilltopper, isn't he? He's a Western Kentucky guy. I know that makes me sad. I like to keep a little local flavor. But man, I got to get my boy. You just look at Dan Campbell and you're like, dude, what's wrong? What's wrong with you, bro? What do you got going? He's like, I smell blood in the water, baby. He's always hunting. He's going to be hunting in Foxborough. Lock it in, baby. Lock it in.
I love it. Thank you, Mark. Good stuff, man. Drink some brown water for us. Have a great weekend.
Let's go, baby.
We will. See you, boys.
All right. There he is. At Marc Mariani 80. Sold by Mariani.com. Lions.
Like it.
Money line.
I like it, too.
I like it. All right. When we come back, Slay and I will talk about the Titans-Commanders matchup. Also, a little Tennessee at LSU. That's next as we broadcast live from Liberty Creek High School in Gallatin. And they've got a big game coming up tonight against Crittenden County. If you're looking for something to do, high school football, man. Fall break coming up for a lot of people. You can get out here. They've got an auction going on with sports event tickets, signed memorabilia, raising money for these kids, this school, this athletic program. They've got Tennessee Bama tickets, signed Preds jerseys, signed Titans jerseys, signed guitars, concert tickets, all kinds of things, Genesis Diamonds gift cards. And again, you can bid on having 3HL broadcast live from your business, and the money will go to the Liberty Creek Quarterback Club. So the current bid, $2,000, and we are looking to raise that. Boswell Golf Carts, appreciate them giving that. So we'll be right back. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Buddy Allen Carpet One, they are your flooring experts. If you're thinking about that flooring project, and they'll help you with anything, carpet, tile, hardwood, whatever you need, they're going to be able to help you out, and they will keep you going through the installation process. They're not going to turn you over to a big box, to a 1-800 number like the big box store, sorry. And they'll keep that in-house. Locally owned and operated by the Allen family for more than 55 years. Zach, Jenna, and Judson Allen are in the store every day. They're awesome people. Check them out. In Donaldson, 2405 Lebanon Pike. That is where the state-of-the-art showroom is, 615-883-3289. BuddyAllenCarpet1.com.
Good afternoon from the Superbook.com Sports Desk. I'm Joe Hunk. The final injury report of the week is out for the Titans and the Commanders. And names that you knew were going to be out, Oladeney, Traylon Burks, Zach Cunningham, Bud Dupree, all will be out on Sunday. But the name that is also going to be out, that would be Amani Hooker. Lonnie Johnson, who had an illness all week, didn't practice on Friday. He is listed as questionable. Now, with the Commanders, Logan Thomas was just added to the injury report today. He did not practice. He's listed as questionable, in the wide receiver that a lot of people have questions about because he's the Commanders' deep threat. Jahan Dotson is not going to play. He is out. Around the NFL, Rashad Bateman of the Ravens is out against the Bengals coming up on Sunday. T. Higgins is listed as questionable for that game. Michael Thomas is out for the Saints against the Seahawks, and Jameis Winston is considered doubtful. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, and home to 3HL out at Liberty Creek High School. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5, The Zone Friday edition. Brent Doherty and Big Ron Slay. There he is.
What's up, good people?
Oh, Rocket Top. This kind got no roof.
That plane ain't going to have a roof in a little
It's
bit.
so ain't, baby. It
No
ought to be
roof.
packed going down there, too.
No roof.
That's
I
how it was
heard
in Pittsburgh.
Will Bowen was telling a story. Dan Orlovsky was saying that flight coming from Atlanta to Baton Rouge had nothing but Tennessee fans on it.
Hey. Oh, man, I wonder, why am I going all the way to Dallas?
They got Whataburger there in the airport.
I've never had a Whataburger.
Dude, come on, man.
That's not what I'm looking for. I mean, that ain't, you know what I mean? What's up, baby?
You probably find something else, too.
Yeah, I definitely
Look, when you
find
get to
something.
walk-ons tomorrow, just get the Boom
Yeah.
Boom Shrimp Po' Boy. Trust me.
Yeah. If you're a
Go
Tennessee fan, you're going
Pro.
down to Baton Rouge. Slay Dog and Will Bowling will be broadcasting live from Walk-Ons
Sure enough.
in Baton Rouge. Slay on like zero sleep.
Yep, ready to get to it.
Fried probably for the second time.
You better know it.
between now and then.
Yep. Had a nice little glass of Eagle Rare last night with
Did
a
you?
cigar watching that. Yep.
Oh.
Well, I had to watching Nathaniel's play.
Well, so my kids all go to CPA, and I do the CPA game. CPA played last night.
Yeah.
Congrats, Lions. Big win over Oakland,
get it done.
which doesn't happen often. And I say that because Will Bowling had the stat. Oakland hadn't lost to a Middle Tennessee team since 2014. That's a long time. So congrats to the Lions kids for a good week of practice and a good game plan, all those things. Kevin Creasy will be fine. That program will be right there in it, trying to win a state championship,
Guaranteed.
no doubt about it. And they've got a bunch of talented kids too. But that frees me up tonight. So I was thinking, I've got a cigar from my guy Jason at Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits, sitting right next to my side of the bed.
Oh, you ready?
I'm ready to go.
Yeah, that's a perfect night for you.
Got a TV outdoors.
Yeah.
Got a fireplace.
Oh, you can't lose. That's a win-win
Little cigar.
all the way around.
Is there anything to watch tonight? I don't know. Are there
Gotta be
Friday
a football
games?
game. Yeah, it's definitely a Friday games. Why does the Louisville always want
Can
to
you
play on
just
Friday?
put a camera in the plane and I just want to watch Slay's
Hey.
plane ride to Baton Rouge?
I'm telling you, me and Will should be traveling together because we should have a film crew behind us too.
I love it. Liberty Creek High School, brand new high school in Gallatin. They're setting up for their tailgating adventures tonight. And if you're looking for something to do tonight, high school football. It doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah.
And these guys are brand new. They would appreciate your support. All these kids went to a different school last year. So whether it was middle school for the freshmen or a different high school, and so they're all new as one. And the quarterback club has been formed here at Liberty Creek High School, and they are trying to raise money to put things inside their really awesome facilities. And you can check out what they've got going on, neighborhoodbid.com. We also have something going on, and there are two ways to bid for 3HL to come do our show live from you, whether that's at your house or your barn, like my guy Stuart McWhirter did several years ago. We did a show out there, and he just invited all his buddies, and they smoked cigars and had a little bourbon and watched us do 3HL. You could do that. Or we could go to a business. We've done that before.
Hey, we with that.
And so our thanks to Frog Heating and Air, who started the bidding at $1,000. The money, of course, goes to the Liberty Creek High School Quarterback Club. And now we've got Boswell Golf Cars, $2,000. So that's where the bid is, $2,000. So you can call Hunk, 615-737-1045 and make a bid, or you can tweet us at 3HL1045.
Run it up, baby. Run it up.
So Titans at Washington coming up. And typically speaking, Ron Slay has been around this team a long time, especially under Mike Vrabel.
Oh.
If the Titans are a 3.5 favorite, somewhere in there, you look to go the other way.
Yeah.
If they are 3.5, maybe even more, point underdog, you tend to go to the Titans.
That's very true.
So what do you do here? Titans on the road having won 2 in a row. Washington's lost 3 in a row. Titans on the road favored by 3.
In this situation, Yoro, I am looking at it, and I think a lot of these cases when they walk into situations and you think that, man, they're going to play down to that level of competition, like the team at least has bright stars. You know, like you look at the situation last year against the Jets. Like Zach Wilson was, he could play. You know what I'm saying? Like he is going to have a promising he should have a promising career in this league. You know, I'm always saying that if you take out injury, you don't take that into account. You know what I mean? Take injury out of it. I'm talking about the trajectory of him. He should have a really good career. Davis Mills, he was playing really well last year when the Texans got him. Tyrod Taylor, there's no excuse for that. This situation versus Washington, this is just a bad team. Like, do
they have a Nathaniel at quarterback?
So, okay, yes.
Do we need to start an all-Nathaniel team?
You better believe it, Yor. Like, it's a lot of applications coming in, and
Dude,
we got to get with the committee.
There's a battle at quarterback.
Yep. Ooh, we going to have to move somebody to receiver. It's going to be that many quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying?
Carson Wentz has he's turned it over 6 times.
Yes.
Thrown 5 interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
He's been sacked. Well, it's not the league high anymore. Matt Ryan has the league high. But 17 times.
And see, that's what you got to realize, Yor. When you get into the battle of Nathaniels, like it's going to be week to week. A Nathaniel that beats the next Nathaniel out. You ain't really got nothing to worry about it. Like,
I mean, they're not even looking in the rear view because they're right next to each other.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they trying to outduel each other.
Yeah.
You know, I could be worse than you.
Yeah, watch this.
Yeah, that's what Russ told
you
him
thought
last
you were
night.
bad. Watch this.
Come on, man. I see a guy wide open. I ain't even going to him.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw it somewhere else.
Let me dump it off, but I'll throw it too hard to go off his head.
Come on, man.
Be intercepted.
That's what Nathaniel's doing.
Listen, Russell Wilson last night, he's jumped in the mix, boy. He threw some bad ball. Number one, why do you throw it with 2 minutes and change?
Come on, man.
Why do you throw it?
Y'all just drove
3.
all the way down.
Colts aren't scoring a touchdown.
Come on, man.
What
Just
are you
drove all the way
doing?
down the field, dog. Silly.
Oh, my God.
But I will say, man, Bully just wrote in. He tweeted, and Bully said, man, like, Slate, is Russell, Nathaniel Wilson, is he a candidate? And I told him, man, I'm going to have to get back with you on Monday. I'm going to have to review it with the committee. But his application, he has been nominated. And I want to thank everybody for their nominations for the Nathaniel Award of the Year. We will have it at the end of the year. We'll have a trophy for it, and we'll give it out and send it to whoever it belongs to. But looking at this Washington Commanders matchup, man, I think this is just a bad team, man. You know, and you don't really suspect that with a team coached by Ron Rivera. Like, you always expect discipline. They don't even look disciplined, man.
So here's the thing, too. Like, you got the bye week coming up. So how great would it be to go into the bye week having won 3 in a row after that start?
Oh,
with the second game a blowout.
You actually gotta have it, Earl. Like this, you gotta have to go into the bye week and have some breathing room to be like, hey man, all right, y'all, let's get healthy, let's regroup, and go back at it these next 4 games. So I think.
Here's the thing. Either way, like if they lose and they go, and they're 3-3 or whatever.
Yeah.
Excuse me, 2-3.
Yeah.
Then they've got the Colts coming off the bye. Mike Vrabel ain't losing to the Colts off the bye.
No, because Nathaniel, unless something tragic happens and he fires everybody, like I think I'm almost starting to question Frank Reich. I'm like he may be the coach of the Nathaniel team, but I think Nathaniel Hackett will probably handle that down, hold that down as a Nathaniel coach of the year.
I just pulled up Titans radio injury report, but it says Tennessee versus Indianapolis. But I think it actually clearly it's not that game. But I think this is actually right. So the following players are out: Ola Danny, Traylon Burke, Zach Cunningham, Bud Dupree, Joe Jones. Also out Amani Hooker with the concussion, limited on Wednesday. Did not practice Thursday or Friday. And then the following players are listed as questionable: Nate Davis with a knee and foot, Caleb Farley with a knee, and Lonnie Johnson with an illness listed as questionable. For Washington, out. Percy Butler, the safety. Sam Cosme, the tackle. Jahan Dotson, a big one at wide receiver. He's out. Milo Eifert with a hamstring, linebacker, out. Curtis Samuel, not listed today, so we'll see on him. He was a full participant, though, so he should be good to go. Questionable, David Mayo, the linebacker, and Logan Thomas, the tight end, with a calf. So that's where we are with the injuries. Titans at Washington. Washington's lost 3 games in a row. They've lost by multiple scores in each game. They've lost 3 out of their last 4 home games, and over the last 30 home contests, Washington has lost 22 of them. Think about that. Titans have won 2 in a row, and running back Derrick Henry starting to get loose. Last week, 25 touches, 147 yards, and a touchdown. Previous week, 25 touches, 143 yards, and a touchdown. 76 carries, 306 yards, 3 touchdowns on the year, 4 yards per carry. Washington quarterback Carson Wentz has been sacked an NFL leading, well, until last night, 17 times, completing 62% of his passes. Tannehill's at 66%. Wentz at 258 through the air per game. Tannehill 196. Wentz 8 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Tannehill 5 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. 82.3 quarterback rating for Carson Wentz. 93.8 quarterback rating for Ryan Tannehill. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll go through a bunch of point spreads with Allan Bell. Get you ready for the start of the weekend. That's coming up next on 104.5 The Zone.
Still, I got wings. 3961 Nolensville Pike, 123 Ewing Drive. These are the locations, man. You're in town for homecoming. You're in town to see some relatives. You're in town just to have a good time and watch some football. Well, get on over to Strikeout Wings, man, and get some of them good wings. Home of Sweet and Sassy. You can always go in there. If you don't know what to get, you're listening to me. Just tell them, let me get the Ron Soleil. That's going to be the Sweet and Sassy with the lemon pepper drizzle on it. Yes, on the wings. And then, on top of that, not on top of the wings, but on the side, Cajun ranch fries with cheese melted on top. You can't beat it, man. I'm telling you, you won't do nothing but tweet me, direct message me, do something, maybe call the show and say, hey, man, thank you, because you ain't leading me wrong. And what you got to also know, every day except Tuesday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., they got the lunch combo special, $8.99. You can't beat it, baby. Live DJs on the patio this Saturday night, and don't forget the Smoked Out Mondays coming up. But first and foremost, you know what you got to do. Get the Steel Like Out wings.
3HL 104.5 The Zone, celebrating high school football out here at Liberty Creek High School, brand new high school in Gallatin. You can hear the tailgaters going. They got a DJ out here, and they're ready for some high school football action tonight.
Definitely rocking and rolling out here, man.
Against,
Definitely.
There's DJ Cedric right there.
Turned up.
You know, Cedric the Entertainer Part 2.
Yeah, definitely going to be on 10 with him.
Liberty Creek High School taking on Crittenden High School out of Kentucky tonight, looking for their third win of the season, brand new school, and we're looking forward to that. Major League Baseball postseason is going on. Brent Doherty, Ron Slay with you, 3HL on 104.5 The Zone. Joe Hunk with an update. What are the Cardinals up to?
Losing, and it's so great. Cardinals. What? It's true. I hate the Cardinals. If you listen to the Strike Zone, I hate them with a passion. All right. They were up 2-0 going into the top of the ninth inning. It just now finished the top of the ninth, and now the Phillies are up 6-2 in the best of 3 series.
Wow. So Cards led 2-0. Now they're down 6-2 going to the bottom of the ninth. In the history of the franchise, the St. Louis Cardinals were 93-0 when leading by 2 or more runs in the postseason. Looks like it might be 93-1.
And the winner of this series is the one that will head to Atlanta to play the Braves in the NLDS.
Yes. What's funny about that is that I saw when I was at home getting ready to leave, I saw that baseball was on, and I understood the fact that postseason is starting. And but I didn't know the Cardinals and the Phillies were playing. And then I started, right during that break, getting messages from Cubs fans taking great delight in what is happening to the St. Louis Cardinals today. But anyway, they're in the postseason, so there's that. We have some giveaway items, actually some auction items, and we have one of them. Liberty Creek High School Quarterback Club auctioning off a bunch of really cool things. Neighborhoodbid.com is where you can find all of those little bits of information. We are auctioning off 3HL Live Show. So we will come do our show live from wherever you want us to do it.
That's a fun time, man. I'm telling you, man. Like, who wouldn't want to have us at work?
Right?
Yeah, your boss can't get mad at you because anything you whisper in my ear, I'm just going to say it out loud.
Yeah.
Any way you feeling when I get to your job, how you feeling about your boss or whatever's going on, tell me on a little sticky note, and I'm going to yell it out. And what they going to do to me? It's just going to be like me. I'm your voice. Make 3HL your voice, people. That's all we asking.
Show of the people.
Yeah, man.
We're here for you. Yeah, so the current bid, the first bid was Frog Heating and Air at $1,000, and now we have a bid, Boswell Golf Cars, $2,000. So if you would like to bid on having 3HL come do our show live from your living room or your back deck.
Boy, they better not put us in nobody's living room, boy. I'll be all in the kitchen.
Your man cave,
anywhere.
Your place of work, your business, wherever.
Please put us at your kitchen table. I'm begging you.
Except maybe the doctor's office where you still got to wear masks.
Yeah, then you got to be all quiet. Don't put me in there.
No. We'll raise the roof in the doctor's office.
Okay.
We'll change the rules.
So will. We will, Yor.
All right, so reach out to Hunk if you want to do that, 615-737-1045, or hit us on Twitter at 3HL1045. We'll be looking there. Allan Bell, sportsline.com, joins us to talk about some point spreads and the games coming up this weekend at Allan Bell 247. AB, what's up? How are you?
Hey, I'm doing fantastic. Look, at first I thought there's nothing more just exciting than the 3HL at someone's office, but the 3HL in your living room, you can't beat that. Like, I need it.
That's a good one right there.
Close to the kitchen, close to the bar, close to the bathroom, we're there.
Oh, yeah, all there. Yeah, and stock up the fridge. Slay's going to come hungry, for sure.
Oh,
yeah.
Factual.
I just looked for bids on the Twitter feed, and I found this from Matt. Joe Hunk just became my favorite person on 104.5 The Zone, saying he hates the Cardinals. Hashtag go Cubs go.
I'll tell you this. It's never good to be up 2-0 going into the ninth and you walk the bases loaded. That's generally not good.
Oh, man.
The postseason, so.
That's travel ball stuff right there, man. And that doesn't happen often.
That's
That's crazy.
No, at all.
All right. Does Nick Saban go for the jugular against Jimbo this weekend? I know Bryce Young's not playing, but
yeah. Oh, yeah. Look, it doesn't matter who's playing at quarterback. It could be Slay from the MTSU tailgate last week, right? Look, Nick Saban's going to go for it, and I think this is the only time, you're going to see, the Alabama locker room. They know what time it is. They all understand what this game is. They are going to smash on Texas A&M. Here's the thing, though. 24 points covering. We talked about it last week with Arkansas. They ended up doing it.
the best way to play it is just play Alabama's team total over 37.5. They're going to put up 40 points or more. So I think that's the best way. But, yeah, I mean, Alabama's going to smash on A&M this weekend.
Man, that's a good one. I like it.
By the way, and I'm just going to intersperse some of these tweets I'm reading about the Cardinals meltdown. Zach writes, well, Cardinals fans, it's not all that bad. At least the Rams won the Super Bowl.
Wow.
See you have to think for a second because they used to be the St. Louis Rams.
Wow.
I love it. Speaking of baseball real quick, AB, how do you bet Major League Baseball playoff baseball?
Yeah, well, you know what? Speaking of that Cardinals game, you bet pitching, right? You bet bullpens. You bet starting pitchers. That's where you want to start and look because you're going to be looking at, multiple game series, right? And you're going to look at, the Braves have aces, the Dodgers have aces, right? The Astros have aces. So you're going to want to be careful there. But you're going to find your spots to where you either have a team that's playing their second game at home or, a team that's coming back, maybe that split 1-1 that's coming back home, and you're facing a third pitcher, in the rotation. So that's how you want to do it. Also, pay attention, these game ones, you're going to see teams with some pretty low scores, right? Like you see the Cardinals at 2, you see the Blue Jays currently, believe it's 0. The Guardians won 2-1 earlier. So be careful. Don't expect a ton of runs early. Pitchers will dominate. You want to pay attention to that.
AB with us on 3HL. All right, let's dive in. Slay's going down there. I guess that gives Tennessee like a 1.5. Slay being in the building.
That's factual.
Also, LSU not playing at night is worth a 1.5. So Tennessee favored by 3. There you go. What do you think?
Yep. So I think, you stick with what's been working, right? Like Tennessee first quarter, minus half a point, strong play. Tennessee first half, minus 1.5, strong play. Now, LSU's defense has been solid in the second half of games this year. They've only given up 7 points. This defense creates a lot of turnovers. So you got to be careful there. That being said, Tennessee is just a better team. I think that LSU is going to have problems, putting points on the board consistently. So, again, Tennessee's game plan doesn't change. Points are what will get you there. Put weight on their shoulders and do it. And I don't think you're going to see a Florida Anthony Richardson performance, out of Daniels, the LSU quarterback. So, again, if you're Tennessee, just go down there, play your game. Coming off a bye week. I think it's going to be tighter than people think. I think the under 64.5 is a great play on this game as well. But Tennessee should win this one and probably cover. If you're looking at 3 points, yeah, feel good with that.
Red River rivalry, man. But before we get back in the SEC, Oklahoma and Texas, all these games have been close, even if one of them has been a blowout earlier. Will this be the same or what we got?
No, it's definitely going to be close. I can't believe Texas is a 7-point favorite. I know their quarterback, Quinn Ewers, is coming back. That being said, this game has a lot of Tennessee, Florida in it in the sense of crazy things happen. Mm-hmm. And generally in this game, the team that shouldn't really have any business, even being in it, often wins, right? Yeah. So I'll say this. I think it's a good time for Oklahoma to kind of circle the wagons after the last 2 weeks. Give me Oklahoma +7, and I wouldn't be surprised if they win it outright, but I'll definitely take 7 points with it.
Guess what, AB? I want to run the parlay down to you a little later, AB, before you get out of here.
Yeah. I need it. Yeah.
Well, you know what? Let me go and run it down to you. Tell me what you think.
We ain't waiting today. Yeah, we ain't waiting.
Let's go and go in, man. All right now. Here we go, man. Listen, check this college parlay out. Missouri at Florida. I'm taking Florida -11. What you think about that one, AB?
Love it. Yep.
Okay. Tennessee at LSU. I took Tennessee, giving up to 2.5.
Yep. There, Mike.
Texas, Oklahoma. You just talked about. I took Oklahoma. I got them at +8.5. So I hurry up and snatch that.
Yeah, smart play. Yeah.
Ole Miss at Vanderbilt. Now this is where I get a little tricky, and I've been giving them hell. But man, I don't believe in Jackson Dart. I don't believe in them, and they're playing at Vanderbilt. So I took Vandy +17, man.
Yeah, 17 points is a lot. Ole Miss is led by their defense, not their offense.
Right.
So you're not going to see a huge output of offense from Ole Miss. Essentially, what you're betting on is can Vanderbilt get to 10, 13, 14 points, right? If you think they can get to that, you're good. It's not going to be a big blowout. So yeah, I'm with you on that.
All right, I hope so. And the last one to round it out: South Carolina at Kentucky. I feel like Kentucky, when they come back from losing, playing the way they do, they always somehow the coaches get them to play with a chip on their shoulder. They're at home. I took them giving up 6.5.
Yeah, I like that as well. Kentucky needs it. South Carolina does too, but Kentucky is a much better team, much better coached as well. Yeah, go with the Wildcats here, especially under a touchdown. Yeah, that's your play.
All right, hey, there we go. Me and AB, baby. Same path.
At Allan Bell 247.
I'm riding the sleigh too. Yeah, I'm riding the sleigh too.
You want to do a little NFL too, AB?
Let it rip, man.
Titans at Commanders. 1.5. Give me that. I'm taking that with the Titans.
I'll tell you what, man. I'm going to take the over in this game. It's sitting at around 43. It's going to continue to drop. I think both teams are going to find success offensively. Titans probably in the first half. Washington with some garbage yardage in the second half. They're kings of doing that, right? The only thing, pay attention, the referee crew, right? Land Clark, they love calling holding calls, which can just stop offensive drives. So be careful there. But if you don't see a ton of holding calls, like I think this thing sails to the over because I think both teams are going to find success. And the Titans are probably going to stress in the second half of putting points up. So, yeah, like you could see a little shootout in the second half in this one.
Cowboys and at the Rams. I took the Cowboys plus 5.5, man. I think Michael Parsons is a problem, and I think we saw something with the Rams.
I love that one.
Huge problem. Look, the Rams offense can't run the football, and it's built around running the football. And all they do is throw to Cooper Kupp. That's it. They throw to Cooper Kupp. Like, that's all they've got. And I like that play. I'm with you on the Cowboys. And remember this. This will be a home game for the Cowboys in Los Angeles. There'll be more Cowboys fans than Rams fans in there. I guarantee you that.
So all right, two more. Chargers at the Browns. I don't believe in the Browns, but them at home, I took the 2.5 because I just don't know what the Chargers are doing all banged up, man. I don't know who to expect for them.
Yeah, they're banged up. And look, Kevin Stefanski and the Browns coaching staff, they are under fire to figure out this red zone offense. It's been a disaster. So they are going, like I'm telling you, the entire week has been built on how to score touchdowns. I wouldn't be surprised if they win this thing outright. But, yeah, I'm with you on the points. Yeah, take the Browns. They get it right this week.
And last one, man, for me for the NFL parlay. The Bears at the Vikings. I got to ride with the Vikings because I said they're going to end up winning their division, knock Green Bay on out of there. I took them giving up 7.5. I don't like the hook on it, but I took them. But they're playing at Minnesota. I expect them to get rid of Chicago.
I'm with you on the hook. It stinks, but you know what? It is what it is. The Chicago Bears, like when they shut down offensively, shut down offensively. Yeah. And this is one of those games to where Kirk Cousins, when he has two bad games or like two, so-so whatever, he always comes back with like a ridiculous 5-touchdown game, and then he'll go back to the bad ones, right? So I'm with you on this. Yeah, he always does it, man. Like, I'm with you on this. The Vikings probably smashed the Bears here.
Over under Justin Fields completions 11.
Oh.
11, right? Like, I'm gonna take the under. Like, I don't think that they have the ball a whole lot. Like, I think that the Vikings is one of those games where they just hold the ball, run the ball, throw the ball. They do what they want. Yeah, take the under, which is crazy, but yeah, take the under.
And the funny thing is, I had them beating the Giants. They would have been 3-1. I love the Bears in that division just as a kid and growing up and all that. Ole Miss at Vanderbilt, that line's come down to 17. What do you think about that one?
Yeah, it's just too many points. So this is not an Ole Miss offense, big offensive team. They're actually a defensive team. So what you're betting on is Vanderbilt, can they get to double digits? Can they get 10, 13, 14 points, which I think that they can throughout the game. It might start off ugly for Vanderbilt, but Vanderbilt the last 2 years has been really good at scoring and covering games. Take Vanderbilt with the points here.
What about that Utah-UCLA matchup out there in the Pac-12?
This might be one of the best games in the country that no one will attend. Like, there will be more people at Liberty Creek than there's going to be at the UCLA game. Seriously, like, nobody goes, and they're 5-0. They're a good football team, right?
Bell.
And Utah is, too.
AB, they're giving away tickets at Costco. Like, you go to Costco, you can get a pair of tickets.
That's insane. It's crazy, right? Yeah, man. Like, it's going to be a good game. Nobody will see it. But, yeah, it's going to be good. I'll roll with the UCLA. There's going to be no reason. Yeah, no reason to stop riding them. Like, they're solid. They're a good football team.
What did I see? Oh, game day. TCU, Kansas. What you think? Kansas got any shot?
Dude, yeah, Kansas has a shot. Like, I mean, they believe. Like, when you have everybody believing, like, that's a big, big thing, man. That being said, TCU is good, and Kansas is due for one. They're due for a stinker. I'll roll with TCU here, but that does not mean that all of us are off the Kansas train because I think we all enjoy it. But this just might be a tough one this week. I'll roll with TCU here.
TCU quarterback Max Duggan was Babs' badass yesterday
Yep.
against Oklahoma. 23 of 33, 302 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, 5 carries, 116 yards, and 2 scores in TCU's 55-24 win over number 18 Oklahoma. That dude can play. You're right. That's going to be a tough one. But what's that guy's name? Leipold getting it done in Kansas, man.
He is, man. He absolutely is, for sure.
How big, real quick, man, how big is this darn number, man? 30 points, Auburn and Georgia, like.
That's really big number.
That's right. In SEC play.
It's a ton of points in a rivalry game. Like, don't mess with that. I'll tell you what you play, all right? If you can get Alabama the exact same one, take Georgia team total in the second half over 16.5 points. That's it. 2 touchdowns and a field goal. They're probably going to be up, which means they're going to be running the football, which is good for them. They're not testing anything. Like, take them second half, team total over 16.5. They will put up 3 scores in the second half of the game. That's how you play it. Don't mess with those huge spreads. It's too much.
Man,
I love it. I was just going to say that. I love how AB plays these huge numbers.
Yeah.
He plays them at halftime.
Half the number, cut it in half.
I love it. All right, AB, have a great weekend, brother. Appreciate it.
Hey, appreciate you guys, man. Thank you.
All right. At Allan Bell 247.
Baton Rouge. I'm going down to Baton Rouge.
Joe Hunt going to be at Baton Rouge?
No. Joe
I
Hunt
ain't going to be there, but I'd love to be.
Will Bowen going to be in Baton Rouge?
William Lee Bowling will be in Baton Rouge.
I don't know how Brent Doherty didn't get an invite to Baton Rouge.
I told you, Yoram. I told you, man. You got kids' games and stuff probably this weekend, man. Knowing you. I know my guy. We got Dad of the Year, man.
I really don't know what we have because we're not there yet. I'm not home yet tonight. We'll figure it
They
out.
ain't been laid out for you yet.
Yeah, I think travel baseball got canceled on Sunday.
Really?
So that's good.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that's not good. I love watching them play.
But guess what? Fall break begins, man. So kids are out, man. They ought to cancel all sports.
Yeah.
We're going to games,
I
baby.
pay a lot. My coaches know this. Like, I pay a lot less attention to baseball in the fall than I do.
Any other time, yeah.
I do. All right, broadcasted live from, and we're having a great time at Liberty Creek High School, and we're sitting right outside the facility. They want us to go tour it.
Yes,
we need to go tour it.
That's right.
When we come back, what are we gonna do? We're gonna get Slay doing a little feature.
Yeah, that's fine. What do I need to feature on?
Call your shot.
Oh, yeah, shoot your shot. Yeah.
Doing something with your shot.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, coming back, man.
Put your shot up.
Yeah, come on, man.
Take a shot.
I'm shooting mine.
We did yesterday.
Yes, we did.
Peanut butter whiskey.
Screwball.
With a little salt on the rim.
Screwball.
We're not doing that here at the high school, but
No, we're not.
not that we wouldn't if offered. All that coming up next on 3HL, broadcasting live from Liberty Creek High School. We'll visit with the principal, Dr. Philip Holt, as well, and he'll let you know what they got going on here. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Rates have come down a bit recently, though they're still higher than they were a year ago. But you know what else has gone up? Interest rates on credit cards and HELOCs. That's why you need a trusted local advisor from Accurate Mortgage to help guide you through this crazy market for your home purchase or refi, not some Joe Blow off the internet in an anonymous chat box. Unlike the big online lenders, Accurate Mortgage, you're not just a number to make a quick buck off of. They will advise you every time. A loan that makes sense for you financially. Even though rates may be higher than your current mortgage, a cash-out refi might be able to save you money every month, getting rid of higher interest rate consumer debts. Don't lose the savings in your wallet to the interest rate in your head. Some real-life examples for you. One, Jen in Nolensville, able to completely remodel her home with a cash-out refi, and her new payment is actually lower than her old payment. Win-win. So if you're looking to purchase a home, do a cash-out refi to renovate your current home or pay off high-interest credit card debt. Let the loan advisors at Accurate Mortgage help you find the right loan solution for you. Visit Accurate Mortgage today, AccurateMTG.com. Accurate Mortgage Group, a division of Acopia LLC, is an equal housing lender. NMLS number 4664. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. The tailgates are set up out here at Liberty Creek High School, and just talking with some of the parents, the Jolly family, and they were talking about how there are kids from 7 different schools that are represented on that football team that are all in a new school, obviously, because this is the first year here, but they all came from 7 different schools, plus they feed from 3 middle schools, which we can get more into that with the principal here in just a second. But you've got some work to do, and you're going to take a shot, shoot a shot. Your mic's not on because Kirby's getting food. I don't know what's going on.
There you are. I'm gonna shoot my shot, man. Let me tell you, man. Shoot your shot. Brought to you by Red Dog Wine and Spirits, man. Y'all hit us up, man, on social media or hit Hunk up. Let us know you're gonna shoot your shot. This is what we got going on, man. This is a pretty fun opportunity. Jumped into the laps at the last minute over at Red Dog Wine and Spirits. It was supposed to be a wine tasting going on Saturday. That has been scratched. This Saturday from 2 to 5. We'll now be doing a free bourbon tasting. That's right. Ned Anderson, the brand development manager for Barrel Bourbon, is right here on Saturday from 2 to 5. Get in there. Batch 33 bourbon, Vantage bourbon. Get in there and shoot your shot, man. Red Dog Wine and Spirits. I'm shooting my shot. You know what my shot is, y'all?
What is your shot, Slay?
Titans win by 10 or more. That's this shot is shot. I'm shooting it.
You may not want to do that sound. Yeah, just go ahead.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Don't do that at the airport.
Oh, no. I left it at home. That's good. Because I forgot. I usually carry it in my bag. I'm glad I didn't today. I switched. I got a new backpack, man. I ain't got my old torn backpack up no more. I'm
you
good.
do have a new backpack.
I'm good, man. I'm shiny and new, baby. I need one of them Liberty Creek backpacks. They got some good gear out here, too.
Well, we got the guy here that can get it for you. Liberty Creek High School Principal Dr. Philip Holt is with us. Doc, how are you?
Hey, doing great.
Beautiful facility, beautiful school.
Mm-hmm.
That is a rather large building over there.
It is. It is beautiful out here. All the facilities are fantastic. It's exciting to be a part of something new.
Well, thanks for having us out here. We really appreciate that. And let's start off with this. How challenging was it for you guys to launch this endeavor?
I tell you, it's one of those things that when you walk into a school that's already established, you don't realize how many details have already been established when you walk in. And the amount of detailed work that we have to think through, there's never been an October 13th here at Liberty Creek. And so when we think about that kind of stuff, it's like we've never had to come off of a fall break before, which we'll hit on Monday. And so the amount of details that we've had to think through, and then our athletic director, just athletic-wise, the amount of details that go into launching athletic programs is crazy. And it is a lot of fun. But it's a lot.
I mean, it blows my mind to think that you guys have won 2 football games because, I mean, you're starting from scratch, literally, with kids from how many different schools? And
we have about 20 different schools represented in the high school.
There you go. I mean, that's a testament to what those guys have going on. It's not just football. I mean, you've got all the sports, and you've got a quarterback club, obviously, that has a really cool auction going on, neighborhoodbid.com, all kinds of things. Tennessee Bama tickets, signed Preds jerseys, signed guitars, signed Titans jersey. We are auctioning off 3HL. We'll come to your living room or to your place of work.
Yes, we will.
And we'll do the show. You simply need to make a bid. And you can do that by calling Joe Hunk at 615-737-1045 or hitting us on Twitter at 3HL. The first bid was from Frog Heating and Air for $1,000. And now Boswell's Golf Cars is in at $2,000. So that money will go to these guys here at Liberty Creek High School. Pretty cool, man. Very creative idea, tailgating, great atmosphere.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Thanks for the donations out there, guys, to go towards this organization. But just like any organization, you're only as good as the people that are around you, whether it's the people that are working, that are paid to be here, or the volunteers that are putting things together like the quarterback club that we got for our football team.
Do you take special care towards maybe the senior class that have all come from different schools and now will only be here 1 year but graduate and be the first graduating class?
Absolutely. We've said from the get-go that we're not going to use that we're a first year as an excuse for anything. And so we've gone all out on the academics, fine arts, athletics. Our coaches are fantastic. I'd put my coaching staff up against anybody's.
Love it.
Good people and great coaches. And it makes the difference. And so we've put a lot of effort into making sure our seniors have an experience that isn't less than what they were going to have at the school that they came from.
That's what I was asking you when we met earlier, off air. Like the teachers and the students, like what's the embracing been like? You know what I'm saying? And you were like, it's been really good. That's important, man. When you get guys and girls coming into a new community, you want to feel that love. Like I've been overseas, traveled a lot, and the first thing I that can win me over is food? Can you cook?
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? They put me right in the kitchen, and
Hey, you got to rally around something. If it's food or whatever it is.
Exactly.
We've used two phrases to rally around. One is tradition starts now, and the other is one pack. Tradition starts now is like, hey, whatever you guys want to do this year could be happening when your kids come in here 20 years from now.
Yeah.
And then one pack, we have 20 different schools represented, and we're all together in one Liberty Creek right now. So we're one pack, whether it's kindergarten, preschool, or whether it's our senior class.
Me and Slay can relate to the one pack thing because a lot of people have 6 packs. We have one pack.
Yeah, I'm definitely one pack.
Hey, you got to start somewhere, right?
That's right.
You got to start.
That's right. Well, we appreciate you having us out here. Good luck with everything. Hopefully, we can raise some money. The 3HL crew out there giving, and we wish you nothing but success.
Hey, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you guys got to have us back out too one of these basketball games. I need to see what that gym
yes,
looks
sir.
like, man.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right,
That'll
cool.
be fun. 615-737-1045 if you want to bid on having us do our show for you, with you. Also, if you want to talk with 3HL.
That's my principal, is
Today,
what you said.
Today, that would be Brent
Love
Doherty,
it.
Ron Slade. Dawn Davenport is in Ames, Iowa again. She's a frequent flyer out there. She knows where the Chick-fil-A is, she said. Johnny the Poet next up on 3HL.
Oh, yeah, my guy.
Talking about his TCU Horned Frogs.
Yeah, Liberty, Liberty, Liberty. Yeah, I'm part of those 7 schools, White House, that's lost some players to that program. Wish them all the best. They got a great facility. Hey, guys, thanks for taking my call. I know you guys are busy. Thanks for fitting me in, truly. But real quick, a couple things. First of all, Dawn was wrong. She said I had nothing to worry about. I did. And Slay, I took your advice. I did.
Yes.
I made mimosas, and I asked for the snuggle, and it turns out people from Oklahoma before a football game do not like to snuggle. So I tried my best. Y'all gave me advice. I took it, and it did not work out, sir. So thank you for trying, but thanks, but no thanks, I guess.
Well, I mean, you both could be in this week, right, against Texas.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good point. I mean, Texas OU is a big matchup, but I'm fearful that it's not going to be good again. I'm scared because 0-3, 3 back-to-back losses makes. I mean, it's going to be my fault no matter what I do. Even though we're not playing, we're playing Kansas. But here's a bigger issue. A big problem is that I heard Slay say he's never had a Whataburger.
No, I haven't, man. I have not. I always run.
It's amazing. This food connoisseur has never had a Whataburger.
I run for fads.
He's never had a beignet.
If I feel like it's a fad, I run from it. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, let me just tell you this. I love you guys. I appreciate the advice. Next time might be good advice, but that's okay. But Slay, I'm from Texas, so I mean we name our middle children Whataburger. But you may remember Mel Tillis, the country artist.
Yes.
He had a stuttering problem. The way he cured that stuttering problem was actually by singing. He became a singing sensation. So I will leave you with this. I don't know why. I can't remember what I had for lunch today, but 30 years ago, Whataburger put out a little jingle, and let me tell you what it goes like this. Whataburger, Whataburger, just Whataburger for me. The unbeatable, unbelievable, bigger, better burger, Whataburger. Now y'all come get you a Whataburger, go TCU Frogs.
Love it.
Johnny the Poet and the singer.
I love it.
Dude, Cedric the DJ is going to come get Johnny the Poet out here.
So that's what I'm talking about, my man. In love, baby.
Well, it's a crazy Friday on 3HL.
It is. This is what we asking for.
Yeah, 615-737-1045. The 3HL Happy Hour headline presented by Kickstand Cocktails coming up next. This is 3HL on 1045 The Zone, broadcasting live from Liberty Creek High School in Gallatin on 1045 The Zone.
Hey.
Go up to Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. That's where you need to go to get that next new vehicle. And this is the weekend for you to get it done. I saw a Jeep roll by here at Liberty Creek High School, and all the doors were off. The top was off. Everything was off that thing. That Jeep was naked. And you can get naked in your Jeep Gupton, Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Just tell Kid Gupton, Daniel Gupton, you want to learn quickly how to get the doors off, the roof off, and make your Jeep naked. That's a better way to say it, I guess. They've got tons of Jeeps on the lot. Check them out online, GuptonMotors.com. That's where you will find all the dealership information, all the inventory, whether you're looking for a car, truck, SUV, or Jeep, new or pre-owned. They'll be able to help you out, and they want one thing for you. That is for you to get in the vehicle that's right for you. And that's what will happen when you go visit my friends at Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. They're awesome people, and you take your test drive, you go inside. They will help make the numbers work, and it'll be that easy. Go get you a naked Jeep at Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Let's go get us some money with Superbook Sports. Bet. This is a betting. Bet with Big Slade, the Parsley. Superbook Sports. Download the Superbook Sports app or visit superbook.com. Start placing your bets immediately. What you need to understand, when you sign up, they will match you up to $1,000, people. You get a $1,000 bonus. You bet $500, they're going to match it up to $500. When you sign up, deposit, and wager in the same day. You got to do those three things. You leave one of them out, you're just going to be missing, and you're just going to be out of luck, people. Hey, the parlay. I told you I was coming with it. Now, you heard Allan Bell when he came on. He said he liked my parlay picks. So I'm going to run them down for you real quick right now. Here you go. This is a NFL parlay. I'm going to make it real simple for you. Two-team parlay, Detroit Lions and New England Patriots. Take the Lions, money line. That's thanks to Marc Mariani, Dallas Cowboys and the Rams. Take the Cowboys, money line. Go get you some money.
Good evening from the Superbook.com sports desk. I'm Joe Huck. The final injury report of the week is out for Tennessee, as well as Washington. Oladaney, Traylon Burks, Zach Cunningham, Bud Dupree, Joe Jones, all out for Sunday's game. Those we kind of knew were going to happen, but Amani Hooker tried to give it a go this week, but he has been ruled out as well as he continues to be in concussion protocol. For Washington, the big name, Jahan Dotson, obviously he's going to be out for next few weeks, but Curtis Samuel, who has not practiced all week, was a full participant today, and he is a go for Sunday. Logan Thomas, their tight end, came down with a calf injury. He did not practice today. He is now listed as questionable. In the MLB playoffs just wrapping up. You've had the Guardians defeating the Rays. The Phillies and Cardinals game 1 just wrapped up a little while ago. Phillies coming back from a 2-0 deficit in the 9th inning to win 6-3 in the best-of-3 series. The winner of this faces Atlanta in the division series. It starts on Tuesday. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, and home to 3HL. They're out at Liberty Creek High School. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone, out and about. We are in Gallatin, Tennessee, at Liberty Creek High School. They're very patriotic here. Got a Patrick Henry statue. Give me liberty or give me death. Actually, they don't, but they should.
I was going to say, where you see that statue at?
Slate. I'm just sitting here just giving out free ideas.
Yeah, I see you. You charged for that.
I know. Beautiful new high school out here. This is year number 1.
Mm-hmm.
So the football program, they've won 2 games already, and they play Crittenden County tonight, so they're getting ready. There's all kinds of tailgating going on. I see cornhole. I smell food.
Oh, a lot of food out here, man. They got it decked out, man. The tailgates, they got chandeliers in the tailgates.
I mean, right?
It's going down, man. This is what you come for. This is football. This is football in the South. If you ain't living in the South, you've been cheated. I'm going to be honest with you.
I am Brent Doherty, and it is a beautiful day in the Music City. I say that whether it's raining, 10 inches of rain or not, because my thought is any day we're here, it's a beautiful day, especially in Middle Tennessee and in Nashville and surrounding areas. Wherever you're listening, North Alabama, South Central Kentucky, wherever you are, it is a beautiful day always, and I always tell you that, and I always tell you this. Ron Slay is right here on this show.
I'm in the building. Hey, let's go, baby.
This kind got no room. This kind got no room.
Hey.
No room. No room. No room.
Hey.
No room.
Yeah. I'm looking for Mike the Tiger when I go down here. We got to do a show in the morning, but my goal is to come back with a tooth from Mike the Tiger. I'm going to wrestle him down and take a tooth and let him know we came down here to conquer. Smokey's on the prowl.
Pin the tail on the tiger?
No, I ain't pinning nothing. No, because he'll be upset. I don't want to listen. I know.
Take a tooth out of his mouth if you'll be
Yeah,
upset.
but hey, you can catch that and get on out of there. You got to pin the tail. He going to swing around. That means sneaking up on him. I want to see me in my eyes.
I can't wait to hear what Will Bowling has to say. He'll be the first voice on the radio station on Monday.
He sure will. I'm gonna give Will life. That's
I want to see if there's a way that you can get a penalty. I was at the CPA Oakland game last night. CPA pulled the big upset, beat Oakland 35-14.
Right.
And my guy, Nate Morrow, who played football at Vanderbilt, he probably is, if he's listening right now, he's immediately trying to text me telling me not to tell this story.
But it's too late. He ain't text shit.
But I tell every story. So
that's right.
If you tell me a story, it might make the air, especially if it's a great one, and this was one. So last Friday, CPA lost to FRA by 1, 39-38.
Mm-hmm.
During that game, Nate Morrow was on the sideline right in front of the student section.
Yeah.
Nate Morrow, who played at Vanderbilt, is the head of school at CPA. I should say that. And so he's like the number one figure in the entire campus.
Okay.
And so he's standing on the sideline in front of the cheerleaders and the student section and everything. Well, he's watching the play, and here goes a deep ball. And so he's watching the ball up in the air, up in the air, up in the air. Boom! Gets run over by the referee.
What?
Looks at the referee. Referee's like, kind of surprised because he was running following the play.
Yeah.
He's kind of surprised that he had just come into contact with somebody.
Yeah.
He looks up. He's like, you could tell, like Nate said, you could tell he was like trying to figure out if he's okay. He was okay, good. All right. So he walked like 10 yards, take the flag out of his pocket, dropped it, looked right at Nate, then ran over to tell the head official.
Oh, yeah. That's real. Hey, brother, he letting Nate, you got to stand back. Stand back, man. You on my field to play. I own this. This is my sideline. What you doing out here? Man. Hey, that's a collision right there.
I know, man.
Glad both of them got all right.
It's funny how often that happens, though.
Yeah.
And that's why they always, like, you need a get-back coach or whatever. But Nate Morrow was an awesome linebacker at Vanderbilt, wore number 40, and he played there when that was one of my job responsibilities when I was producing Bob Bell and Bill King show, was to go to Vanderbilt practice every day and report, get interviews and stuff like that. So I was out there when Nate was play a little bit in the NFL, and I'm telling you, man, it's an inspiration to be around that guy.
Yeah.
So I tell that story kind of just to have fun, but in all seriousness, like, there are just people you come across in the educational field.
Yeah.
And in some cases, there's a ministry element to it also, and they just amaze you every day, and he's one of those guys. So
always
appreciate Nate. Titans at Commanders. You just say Washington's a bad football team. Maybe it's the Titans PTSD thing.
Yeah, dude, I know
They're bad.
See?
But when the Titans are favored on the road, that makes me nervous.
Yeah, when they favored by like 4 or 5, that makes me nervous. But this don't make me nervous.
2.5 or 3?
This is somebody they saw last year, man. This team is like, they just, hey, man, I don't know what they're going to do with this team. And all I know is Wentz will give you one. Just be patient. D-line continue playing. I'm expecting to see, hey, man, some more strip sacks, because what you heard Big Jeff saying early in the week is Carson will fight to stay up.
Yeah.
You got to watch him going up under your arms and things like that. So that means he's fighting. That ball going to be loose. I wouldn't be surprised if he had 2 fumbles to this, 2 strip sacks. And here we go. Here we go.
Carson Wentz has turned the ball over 6 times. He's working on his Nathaniel resume.
Yes, he is.
5 interceptions. He's been sacked 17 times. I do like the Titans in this matchup, but you know as well as I do, Titans on the road as a favorite. This thing's going to go down the wire. I think the Titans win, but I think it's going to be like we're all going to be biting all our fingernails off.
And I think they found a way going into the bye week, man, to get the second half together.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I think they're going to win by 10 or more, honestly.
Oh, well, I'm not there.
Yeah, ain't agree with that.
I would like that, though.
Yeah. Well, that's what you're going to get, y'all.
Don't y'all want a Sunday where you're not ill at ease for like 3 hours and you're just sitting there waiting for the piano to fall on your head like in the cartoons?
Yeah, that ain't fun.
Like a double-digit lead, which they've gotten lately.
Plenty times.
But they drop them.
Yep.
Times. Just get up by like 21 and then just go. You know what I mean?
Let the king go wild.
I'll just sit over there and eat like Vienna sausages or something. I don't know. 615-737-1045. Cousin Joey in Cross Plains wants to talk trash.
He's shooting this shot. He's talking trash.
Joey, what's up, bro?
My mama said that LSU is going to open up a can on this Tennessee team and send them back to Knoxville with the loss. Mama also said that Butte is going to go off for 150 and 3 scores and make Tennessee cry.
Listen, Butte has that ability.
Yes, he does.
Does Jaden have the ability to get Butte the ball? It hasn't happened very often. Now, any Tennessee fan will tell you, this will be the game. Watch it happen.
Nah, see, and that's what I'm not telling them people no more.
But we said the same thing about Anthony Richardson. He was completing 53% of his passes. He plays the Vols. Looks like a Hall of Fame damn quarterback.
Yeah, but I think you had to pick your poison with him, man. You know what I mean? Like, you had rush him and be aware that if he get out with them legs, you in trouble, man. You know what I mean? Man, them legs, boy, he's strong. That's a strong young man right there, man. So I think this is different. Yeah, with Jaden, I don't think he can throw the ball. Like, we daring him. Like, play your sound defense, but our front four getting after them, man. I ain't even tripping on this. But thank you, Cousin Joey, man. That's what's up, man. I like tell your mama we love her, man. That's what's up.
Mama lied to him.
Man, Mama always lying to him. Mama lied to him about the Florida game, but who cares? Just saying.
It is funny that it seems like, maybe I'm wrong about this, but it seems like Cousin Joey calls every Friday and then is wrong.
He ain't figured it out yet.
But he's severe in his opinion about how it's going to go, and then it goes the other way.
Oh, yes. I love it.
But I love it. He always calls back.
It's trash talk
like,
Friday.
hey, man, I messed up.
Yep.
But I got this one.
Ain't nothing wrong with it, man.
I love it. All right, Slay Dog, you headed to Baton Rouge?
I'm going to Baton Rouge right now.
All right, so Slay Dog is leaving the building, which means you are my co-host. You want in? We're going to talk college football and the NFL. Titans, Commanders, Tennessee, LSU, Vanderbilt, Ole Miss, whatever you want to get into. Bryce Young is out this weekend. Doesn't matter. Alabama's going to roll Texas A&M. 615-737-1045. Jump in there. We'll talk. 615-737-1045. I want to tell you about my friends at Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits. I told you about Jason and the guys earlier hooking me up with, well, they didn't hook me up with it. Well, they hooked me up with a great deal and a great cigar, but I paid for it, and I was glad to. And I went in there, and I went and perused the cigar selection, and I had a great time doing that because my friend Slay had given me some hints on what to look for, but they had a guy that was there in the store. They came in there in the cigar closet. What are those things called, Slay? Cigar closet. Yeah, that. And he, I'm not a huge cigar guy, but I love smoking them every once in a while because that's what's going to happen tonight at my house, thanks to Jason and the guys at Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits. But he came in there and he was like, what kind of taste do you like? Do you like aftertaste? Like, what's going on? And so they picked me out a Rocky Patel. So I am in love with that, and I love my dude Jason and his guys. They're so helpful with their vast knowledge of bourbon, tequila, wine, and cigars. And here's the other thing. Like, I know a lot about bourbon, but I walked through there with Jason and his guys, and they told me tons of stuff about other types of bourbons that I haven't had. Plus, they had Angel's Envy in there, which is hard to get sometimes, and I absolutely love Angel's Envy. So we went down that aisle, then we went to the tequila aisle, and we had a good time. And you will, too. I actually need to go see Jason and the guys at Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits this weekend. So if you're in there, you might see me. They are open Monday through Saturday from 9 until 9. Locally owned and operated in Brentwood for more than 17 years over there in Maryland Farms in that Publix shopping center. And you can check them out. They've got everything you need, along with the care and expertise to point you in the right direction. Again, expansive bourbon, wine, craft beer selections. For me, again, tequila season. That's where I am with that. Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits. And it's next to the Publix over there in, 101 Creekside Crossing Boulevard in Creekside Crossing in Brentwood. Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Go see my friends at Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits.
Excuse me, sir. You know, the bones of the stadium are still intact. You have the VOLS up on the board. It's new amenities everywhere. In kneeling. Hey, man, we don't care nothing about that. It's still kneeling, and it ain't got no room. Yes, the hype train. It runs right through Knoxville. Coach Josh Heupel and these 2022 Vols? Ooh, really? We talking Hendon Hooker. Oh, the deep threat. Cedric Tillman. That defense led by Trayvon Flowers. Tapping right into that orange power, T-power. Ooh, and coming off the edge, Byron Young. Heads up, Ball Nation. Because right now, it's football time in Tennessee. Tennessee.
I'm on rocky top of my game.
Great tell, 104.5 The Zone, Tennessee, LSU coming up tomorrow. Kickoff at 11 a.m. Ball Network coverage begins at 9 o'clock on 104.5 The Zone. And before that, you can be entertained, I would be willing to bet, by Will Bowling and Ron Slay, who will be broadcasting live in Baton Rouge at 8 o'clock in the morning at Walk-On. So you can check them out. Slay is headed to the airport, so if you're on his plane, he's going through Dallas and then to Baton Rouge. Make sure that plane has no roof, because I want the pictures and the videos. I think we all do. I think the world needs it. So make sure that happens. God help, prayers up for Will Bowling, who will be taking responsibility for all of Ron Slay's actions coming up down in Baton Rouge. Colts pick up a huge win and a dramatic, well-played. Well, who am I kidding? That game was awful, man. Have y'all ever seen have you seen a worse football game? Let's just be real. And, first game in however long, I forget what the year was, since game went to overtime with no touchdowns. And the decision-making, Nathaniel Hackett just continues to blow my mind. So he passes up a game-tying field goal late from, a chip shot. But what was it, the Seattle game where he had, a 64-yarder that he attempted to try to tie the game? I just, I don't get it. And then late in regulation, when they were up by 3, and really all they needed was a field goal because the Colts had shown that they were not going to score a touchdown. And they don't run the ball, they throw it. The Colts had no timeouts. Crazy. So they throw it into the end zone, interception. I mean, there was a whole bunch of bad in that game. But I don't know. Richard Sherman was yelling about everything after the game on the postgame. That postgame show has turned into a really good thing on Amazon Prime at Kirk Herbstreit. And, he was trying to do his sales job of, kind of framing everything in more of a positive note. Now Michaels was like, nah, dude, this is awful, which I thought was funny because Al didn't care. But, man, it was funny to watch Richard Sherman just go nuts, yelling about everything in the postgame, saying that they should have run the ball. Again, here we are with a passing situation for Russell Wilson. Well, really a running situation, and they pass it. Again, Damian Woody said this game set offense back 50 years. It was awful. So, anyway, Thursday Night Football on Amazon. So, I know a lot of y'all didn't see it. But, anyway, I saw the end of it, and I can't give it back. So 615-737-1045 is the number, broadcasting live from Liberty Creek High School. Having a great time out here. Tennessee and LSU coming at you tomorrow, as I mentioned. And it's, to me, when you look at this matchup, I think the big picture way to look at it is, can LSU score with Tennessee? Because LSU always has players on defense, and they do again this year. They've got a lot of talented players. That front seven can run with anybody. And they're going to get up the field and all of those things. But as Mike Detillier told us earlier, their weakness is at corner, which it usually isn't at LSU. So if their weakness is at corner and Hendon Hooker has time to throw, that's going to be a tough thing for LSU because they're going to have to score. Now, they scored 31. They outscored Mississippi State after falling behind 31-3 in the last 3 quarters of that game. But can they score 30 or more against Tennessee? That's kind of where I come down on this. It's going to be a tough place to play. It always is at LSU. I've been several times. I've been 3 times. All night games. So I haven't been in the daytime, but That's a hard place to win. So that's one thing to look for. Also, can Tennessee run the ball on LSU? Mentioned that front seven. They are going to point their attack toward trying to stop Tennessee, make them one-dimensional in terms of throwing the football. And then defensively, what do you do with Jaden Daniels, right? Like, he's not struggling in terms of the passes that he throws. The problem that LSU people have is that he is not throwing any contested balls. He's, as Mike Detillier said, he wants guys to be high school open. Well, he's going to have to force some throws, and Brian Kelly's been adamant this week telling any and everybody that he's going to have to force some balls down the field. So what does that look like against Tennessee? Because Florida had a ton of success. Now, if you go back and watch the tape, Tennessee, typically speaking, would like to run about 85% of their snaps on defense in man coverage. Well, against a quarterback like Anthony Richardson, you really can't do that because when you run man coverage and your corners and linebackers turn and run with wide receivers and tight ends, the quarterback is unaccounted for, and he can take off running, and guys down the field don't even know. So you play a lot more zone. Tennessee not comfortable playing zone, and that will probably be the case again this week. So can LSU throw the football? They threw for 85 yards against Auburn. They threw the ball for 85 yards against Auburn and won. They fell behind big against Mississippi State, came back and won. They fell behind big against Auburn. They came back and won. If they fall behind big against Tennessee, it's not going to be a good thing for LSU. So that's kind of how I'm looking at that game. Tennessee now a 2.5-point favorite. I would go Vols minus the 2.5. But I understand Tennessee fan that still got battered Vols syndrome, BVS, and is scared of a matchup like this, especially when they play Alabama next week. Coming off a bye week, in between a bye week and Alabama. So I completely get that. So we'll see what happens. Josh Ward will help us break this game down at 5:45, and we'll talk more about it as we roll through the Friday edition of 3HL. 615-737-1045 is the number, 615-737-1045. Liberty Creek High School Quarterback Club, they've got a really cool auction going on with sports events, tickets, signed memorabilia, all kinds of things. Check it out. Help these guys out. Neighborhoodbid.com is the website. They've got Tennessee Bama tickets. They've got Tennessee Kentucky tickets. They've got signed Preds jerseys, signed Titans jerseys, concert tickets, signed guitars, Genesis Diamonds gift cards that are actually worth more than what they're currently going for on the bids going right now. So you can do that again, neighborhoodbid.com, and help these guys load up their new facilities here at Liberty Creek High School, which is a brand new high school in year number 1. Playing Crittenden High School out of Kentucky tonight here at 7 o'clock. Also, as a part of what's being auctioned off, we have decided to give us to you if you would have us. And what I mean by that is you can bid on 3HL doing our show from wherever you want us. Ideally speaking, it would probably be your business. You could bid, and we'll come do our show from your showroom or your office building or your cubicle or wherever you want us to do it. Or you could have us broadcast live from your living room or your back porch or wherever you want to go. I've been saying my guy Stuart McWhirter one time donated money for us to do our show from his barn on his farm, and he called a bunch of his buddies, and they sat around, drank some bourbon, listened to some sports talk, and interacted with us and had a great time. We all did. So if you want to do that, call Joe Hunk, 615-737-1045, and get your bid in, 615-737-1045. The first bid was from Frog Heating and Air. We really appreciate those guys starting things off at $1,000. And then Boswell's Golf Cars has been going with the $2,000 bid lately. So I think that's where we are, if I am not mistaken. Talking about the Titans matchup coming up against Washington on Sunday at noon, the scariest thing, obviously, is what we've all been talking about. Can the Titans get off the schneid in the second half? They've been outscored 64-7 in the second half, which immediately terrifies anybody watching that game if the Titans are down 13-10 at halftime, let's say. Right? They've been without a point in the second half for 7 consecutive quarters. The only second half score for the Titans this season came in the third quarter of the opener against the Giants. Rookie wide receiver Treylon Burks has turf toe. He's not going to need surgery, but he will miss this week. And then, obviously, the bye week comes up next week, and that turf toe stuff is legit. So we'll see what ends up happening there. In terms of the injury report for the Titans, the following players are listed as out. Outside linebacker Ola Adani still dealing with that neck injury. He did not practice all week. He is out on Sunday. Wide receiver Traylon Burks, who I mentioned with the toe, did not practice all week. He is out. Linebacker Zach Cunningham with an elbow did not practice all week. In fact, they signed a replacement player for him. He is out on Sunday. Bud Dupree looked weird going down on that football, didn't he, when he recovered the football early in that game on that first series? Played 9 snaps against Indianapolis. He's got a hip injury, did not practice all week, and he is out. And I heard Ramon Foster talking about this, and I think it's an interesting point that needs to be made. When you have an ACL injury, Blaine's talked about this for years. A lot of times when you come back, it's not the ACL, like how's the knee, because the knee's going to be fine. The way they repair those things now is next level. You're almost stronger than you were before the injury. It's the other things. It's the overcompensation while you're rehabilitating. So is that what happened with Bud Dupree? I have no idea, but it does not surprise me that something has popped up with him. So we'll see, if that turns into a long-term issue. Hopefully not. Also out for the Titans, linebacker Joe Jones with a knee, has not practiced all week and is out. Let's see. Torrey Carter, the fullback, with a neck. He's been limited, and he should be good to go. Amani Hooker with a concussion was limited on Wednesday, that did not practice on Thursday, did not practice on Friday, and is now listed as out. Ugo Amadi, this is the good news in all this, with an ankle injury, did not play last week. He's the nickelback. They need him in there. Full participant on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and he should be good to go. Nate Davis, the guard, who Ramon Foster told us is having a Pro Bowl type of season, watching that guy play so far this season. Nate Davis with a knee and a foot, did not practice on Thursday, was limited on Friday, so he is listed as questionable. Caleb Farley, the cornerback, with a knee, limited on Thursday, did not practice on Friday, listed as questionable. And Lonnie Johnson, the defensive back, with an illness, did not practice Friday, listed as questionable. So that's your injury situation there. 615-737-1045 at 3HL1045. What do you think? Do the Titans get it done? I know Titans fan, when they see Titans favored on the road, is like, yeah, right, let me check that one off. And I get it, but they're the better football team in this game, right? All things being equal. And if a field goal is made at the end of the New York Giants game, I mean, think about this, because everybody is trying to figure out what this team is, and a lot of people have negative thoughts when you ask them, what do you think about the Titans? Immediately they go negative, even though, they've won 2 in a row, they're 2-2. But you make a field goal at the end of the Giants game, you're 3-1 right now. There are only 3 AFC teams that are 3-1. Think about that. So I know they've got a lot of stuff to figure out. There is no question about that. But it does seem like the offensive line is getting a little bit better in terms of producing space for Derrick Henry. I also think that offensively the play calling has been better, at least in the first half, in terms of getting Derrick Henry the football in space in the passing game. And I think that opens up things for everybody else. I also think the offensive line has protected Ryan Tannehill pretty well. 615-737-1045. Garrett is in Lebanon, next up on 3HL. Garrett, what's up?
Hey, how's it going, Brent? How are you doing?
Hey, man, I'm great, man. I'm hanging out at a high school football parking lot watching people tailgate.
Hey.
It's not better than that.
Yeah, you can't get much better than that, brother. But I just wanted to say trash talk a little bit. And I want to do some trash talk on ESPN, actually.
All right.
Well, yeah, ESPN. Because I haven't had time to call you guys since the Monday night game that we had against the Bills. But I have ESPN Plus, and I don't have cable. So if I have ESPN Plus, I would assume the plus means that I'm getting more. But no, I can't even watch it on ESPN Plus because it's on regular ESPN. But I can watch the Vikings and whoever else they played on ESPN Plus. That makes no sense. So my trash talk is to ESPN because I thought the plus stood for getting everything. But I'm not a marketing genius, so I don't know. And and the other thing I wanted to say, too, I wish Ron was there, but have you ever been to Death Valley?
Yes, I have. I've been to 2 Tennessee LSU games, and I went to an LSU-Alabama game, which I thoroughly enjoyed.
Oh, man. So I got a bunch of family down there, and I went to one of the games as a little kid, man, And I tell you what, it's called Death Valley because them stands are on top of you.
Yep.
It's not like Neiman where it's a bowl and it goes out. It is straight up and down on top of you, man. And I think that's going to be somewhat different for the Tennessee Vols to see. So I think it'll be interesting. But that crowd gets real loud. So I think it's going to be a good game. But I gotta do it. Go Tigers! All right,
I got you, man.
Brad.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. 615-737-1045. Yeah, I'm telling you, dude. If you have a college football bucket list, I tell people this all the time. Like there are a bunch of places you need to go. Like I haven't been to Notre Dame. I've got to go to Notre Dame. I haven't been to Michigan. I've got to get to Michigan. But I've been to the Swamp in Florida when Steve Spurrier was rolling around down there. I've been to Athens and taking in Georgia, Tennessee games. I've been to Army, Navy. I always tell people, I don't care if you have a dog in the hunt, make a trip to see Army, Navy, and plan on spending all day with it because they do the march-ons before the game where the cadets and the midshipmen march on the field, and it is phenomenal. And they do that like 3 hours before kickoff. And it's funny because like the building's almost full even for that. So Army, Navy's one. But LSU, that's another one, man. I'm telling you. Now, I wish this Tennessee LSU game was at night. And I say that from a college football fan perspective because I just love the pageantry and the tradition and the biggest, loudest, craziest venues. And LSU at night is one of those things. And it's just something that needs to be experienced. But I also, from a Tennessee perspective, understand what Todd Furman told me, and that LSU gets an extra 1.5 when playing at night in Baton Rouge. Now, Ron Slay is headed down there on a mission, and he's going to go see Mike the Tiger. So prayers up for Slay, or maybe prayers up for Mike the Tiger. I don't know. Ali is up next on 3HL. Ali, go Burrows. What's up?
What up, Brent? Hey, Brent, we got to get you to the shoe.
I'm there, man.
At Ohio State.
I'm there.
You got to come up there, man.
Yeah, so we had my wife's aunt lived up there for a long time, so we drove by the stadium, but it was off season. So I've seen the stadium, but just haven't been to a game.
Next time you want to go to a game, you let me know.
All right.
I want to talk about the Titans game.
Yeah.
Dude, there's no way the Titans lose this. I don't care what.
Ali!
Everything.
You
there's
know
no
better
way.
than to say that, bro.
That is so dumb.
There is absolutely no way. Because look, this offensive line that the Titans defensive line is going up against, like, three of them are out. Jeffrey Simmons is on playing against a third string center. Pray for Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're right about that.
Already can't play against the Titans.
They shouldn't lose this game, but I want Joe Hunk to clip that because if they lose this game and we come back on the air on Monday, the entire city of Nashville is going to blame you, bro.
Go right ahead. I haven't lost a road game yet when I've been in the stands. I haven't lost a road game yet. And it's not happening. Yeah, we're headed to DC right now.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right, man.
All right, brother. Hey, y'all be safe, man. Come back with a dub.
Appreciate it.
615-737-1045. Brett Doherty with you on 3HL. When we come back, we're going to visit with Josh Ward, WNML Radio in Knoxville, get a Tennessee vibe from him. And we'll ask him, what does Tennessee need to get done to get this dub down in Baton Rouge? That's next, 3HL on 104.5 The Zone. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Appreciate the great people at Liberty Creek High School for having us out here. They've got a great tailgate situation set up. So if you're looking for something to do, maybe your team, your school like mine played yesterday, and you want something to do on a Friday night, come watch some high school football as Liberty Creek is in year number 1. They've won 2 games. They're trying to get their 3rd win. They're playing Crittenden High School out of Kentucky tonight at 7 o'clock, and it's a great environment here, and we certainly appreciate those guys having us here. Major League Baseball playoff activity real quick. St. Louis Cardinals led 2-0 in the top of the 9th inning against the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies scored 6. Cards got 1 in the bottom of the 9th. Listen to you, Hunk. That's such a sinister laugh there.
I love it.
And you're not even a Cubs fan. Usually, like anti-card guy is Cub guy.
Well, and for me personally, it comes down to 3 years: 1996, 2012, and in 2019. That's why I hate the Cardinals.
I got you. Well, they scored 1 in the bottom of the ninth, but lost. They were 93-0 when leading by 2 or more runs in a playoff game. 93-0. Mariners leading the Blue Jays. The winner gets my team, the Astros. 4-0 Mariners with the lead. End of 8. They're going to the 9th inning. 4-0 Mariners over the Blue Jays. Coming up tonight, Padres and Mets. Guardians beat the Rays earlier. Go Cleveland, I guess. I don't know. That is where we are. Tennessee at LSU tomorrow. Josh Ward is at our sister station in Knoxville, WNML Radio. Josh, what's up? How are you?
Hey, doing well. Was that some Braves-Cardinals history that just going over, like the infield fly, or was that something else related to the Cardinals?
Nope, that's all infield fly. 2012.
Okay, there you go. Understood. Yep, I'm a Braves fan, so I'm right there with you. It's perfect.
Listen, there are a lot. Knoxville is a market full of Braves fans.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, the Knoxville media, I think, is filled with Braves fans, too. So that's how you know you can trust us over here on the east side of the state.
Yeah, Nashville's kind of funny. Like, people of my age, which is really old, like 85. I turned 85 last year. But like, growing up here, there are a lot of Reds fans because we had Reds games on television for some reason. There were Cardinals fans because of KMOX. There were Cubs fans because of WGN, and Braves fans for TBS. So it's kind of a hodgepodge here until we get a major league team. But that's neither here nor there, Josh. Tennessee coming off the bye week against LSU on the road. How healthy is this volunteer group?
You know, overall pretty healthy. The obvious question all week has been Cedric Tillman's status, and Josh Heupel publicly has offered nothing there. My favorite line was he's been moving around. Well, that we could have guessed, but there's a difference. I move around. I can't play in an SEC football game. So I don't think he's going to play. I don't know anybody that's anticipating Cedric going. Maybe you test it out, but I think the likelihood, we kind of discussed this last week, is save him up, get him ready for Alabama, get him an extra week of recovery from the procedure just a few weeks ago. But the positive would be D. Williams is expected to play this week. He has not played yet, and I would caution fans on expecting too much from a junior college transfer who has not played yet this season going up against a talented LSU wide receiver group. But Williams is somebody that the coaching staff has liked. I think they've liked what they've seen from him in practice, and with Warren Burrell being lost for the season, that is a negative. Getting somebody that can come in and help a group that struggled, frankly, a couple weeks ago, that can be a positive. And then somebody like Hendon Hooker having a chance to get a break last week. Dylan Sampson now 3 weeks removed from not being able to go after the Akron game. So, yeah, he's going back to Baton Rouge where he's from. I think there's a chance we see him in the offensive backfield. Overall, 5 weeks into a season, I think Tennessee's pretty healthy.
Tennessee offensively leading the SEC, Josh, in multiple offensive categories. 559 total yards, 366 through the air, scoring on all 22 trips inside the red zone. The Vols have scored at least 30 points in an SEC best 7 consecutive games for the first time since 2016. When I look at this from the outside looking in, my first obvious question, I think, can LSU score with Tennessee?
I think that's what we're all wondering because of LSU's offensive issues in the passing game and mistakes that they made at different times of the season. Like I said a moment ago, they have talent. The backfield was well thought of from a recruiting standpoint. I thought John Emery showed some of that ability last year, but can he do it over and over again through different series? Because you probably have to do that to keep up with Tennessee. The wide receiver position at LSU on paper looks about as good as anybody in the SEC. It just has not shown up in the passing game yet. They're thinking, hey, we have Tennessee's defense coming to town, that pass defense that really struggled against Florida. It ranks near the bottom of the nation. This will be our chance to break out. but I think they're going to have to because I expect Tennessee to score. One thing you mentioned there, Brent, a year ago, as good as Tennessee's offense was, they weren't great in the red zone. They were kind of middle of the pack in the SEC. They are right there at the top now, and I think that's a big difference. That's why we're seeing this offense look even better than it did a year ago through 4 weeks and through only 2 Power 5 games. But think the Florida game was without their best skill position player in Cedric Tillman, and they still didn't really miss a beat there. And I think that goes back to Hendon Hooker and his confidence, his comfort level, communicating with the coaches, and a number of players that are they're more experienced in this system. So my guess is that LSU is going to have to keep up with Tennessee. I'm skeptical that LSU is going to be able to.
Yeah, we visited with your friend, Mike Detillier today, as a matter of fact, and he said, LSU in the front seven on defense can get after it. Their weakness is at corner. So when you talk about that Tennessee passing game, Tennessee would prefer, actually, when all things being equal, would love to be able to run the football, primarily. But Hendon Hooker's so dangerous in that pass game, and now you've got Jalen Hyatt, who's proven that he can be a 100-yard guy. Brew McCoy's proven he can be a 100-yard guy. Ramel Keaton, with that big catch against Florida, certainly can get down the field and stretch the defense. So that matchup right there, I think on both sides of the football, is kind of where you look. Now, the difference there, when you look at that matchup, wide receiver versus corner, you've got two very different, at least in terms of being a proven guy that can deliver the football to the wide receivers in Hendon Hooker and Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, I think the confidence in Tennessee fans is that, hey, we have the best quarterback, probably the best player on the field. That's arguable, but Hendon Hooker he's getting legitimate Heisman conversation for a reason. Daniels is talented and he is experienced, and he's been efficient. He's completing about 68% of his passes. He's not turned it over, but he's also not been taking the shots, the risk that I think Brian Kelly wants him to take. That's part of what's so impressive about Hendon Hooker. He takes shots. He's a very aggressive quarterback while also taking care of the football at that position. That has been the difference to this point. And there was talk in Baton Rouge about Daniels and the receivers getting together, and whenever you have a players-only meeting, what does that mean? I don't know. I kind of, on their behalf, looked at it as a positive that, hey, they're at least communicating, because we've seen on the sideline frustration. If they do get things worked out, we know they have the talent to push through. Tennessee, to me, Brent, really needs to be aggressive in getting after Daniels. There'll be times where he breaks loose and he's able to pick up a first down running the football. He's that good, and we've seen Tennessee's defense give that up. But Tennessee's defense has been good in the red zone to flip it to the other side of the ball for Tennessee. And, they can give up a few first downs. They need to be careful about giving up the big explosive plays, which could really build some momentum for LSU and then probably start to build some confidence for Daniels in the pass game. That happened to Richardson, and he was able to carry it over for 4 quarters. But if Tennessee's able to get stops when LSU needs touchdowns and Tennessee's offense is able to keep doing what it's doing, that's when it becomes a real challenge for LSU to keep up.
Josh Ward, Jason Swain, you catch him on WNML Radio in Knoxville, middle of the day. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate it, man. It's going to be a fun one.
You got it. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Obviously, the environment, too, down in Baton Rouge. I've been there, man. It is a loud place, and not just loud, intimidating. And tons of fun if you ever get a chance to go. We'll be broadcasting, obviously, on Monday as a radio station. We'll be breaking down everything that happened with the Titans and the Commanders and Tennessee and LSU and all the world of the NFL and college football. Appreciate you hanging out with us each and every day. At 3HL1045 is how you get us on Twitter. Anytime you want, we will be there. Also, our thanks to Liberty Creek High School here in Gallatin. Brand new school, their quarterback club. Really cool auction going on. If you want to check that out, neighborhoodbid.com is the website. And the 3HL auction, you still got a little time to bid on having us come broadcast live from wherever you are, your place of work, your business, your house, I don't know. Hit Joe Hunk up, 615-737-1045, or on Twitter at 3HL1045. For everyone involved in making 3HL go, Brett Doherty, good night. God bless. Have a great weekend.